I want to start by showing you how intricate and how detailed the skull is. Now, the skull is comprised of the cranial but also the facial bones. So the side of the head, you can see where the jaw attaches into just in front of the ear hole. Then there's that bridge, that zygomatic arch that you see as well that connects the face basically to the rest of the cranium. Getting into a little bit of the inside of the skull, it's amazing that these compartments all exist inside the head. And this is the bottom of the skull. And you can see all the holes where the arteries and the nerves, veins would come out. The top of the mouth, which we'll get into further detail later. That huge holes where the spinal cord comes out. You see how the two nasal openings connect the back of the throat. Really, it's just amazing the work of art the skull truly is. And the reason why I'm showing you this and the attachments, so let's get into a little bit about what this is. So the red markings are where the muscle comes from, and the blue markings are where the muscle would attach into. So if you just kind of get a glimpse here, this would be the side. So again, that ear hole, and if you go right in front of the ear hole and you open and close your mouth, you're getting a sense of where the jaw attaches into. Let's move on to the first part of TMJ, which a lot of people overlook, which is the tongue placement. The tongue should be resting on the roof of the mouth, about a centimeter behind the teeth. And I'll demonstrate with my fingers where the tongue should be resting. So essentially, the tongue should be resting like this on top of the roof of the mouth. I also want to show you from an aesthetical standpoint of how much more attractive that proper tongue posture is. So this is when the tongue is at the roof of the mouth. You see there's a nice defined jawline. This is when the tongue is resting at the bottom, not properly positioned at the roof of the mouth. Again, this is the tongue at the roof, nice jawline, and this is with the tongue just kind of hanging at the bottom, not on the roof of the mouth. So huge difference, and that just helps to put your jaw at a lot better position and just help gravity to be on your side. In the next few exercises, we're going to be working on this aspect of the muscle here. I'm just kind of showing you what we're going to work on. So if you open and close your jaw, move it around, you can feel that muscle sticking out on the side. So make a fist, put that right underneath your chin, and gently try to resist that opening of the jaw. And again, open, so you cannot see in this video, but I am resting my elbow right on the table in front of me. I recommend you do that as you perform this exercise. And again, resist. You're only opening your mouth at about 5% of your total pressure that you could put. And now place it on one side of your jaw and try to move the jaw towards the fist, again, resisting that motion. If there's any sharp pain, I don't want you to do it, but just do your best. Now when you relax, push your jaw a little bit to the other side and keep repeating that pattern. Try to gently push about 5% towards the fist and relax, push it a little bit further, stretch out that side. And switch, move the jaw in the other direction towards the fist, like so. About 5% move towards, resisting with that fist, and push. Gently push against the fist, push a little bit further. And last time, gently push against the fist, about 5%, and push the jaw even further. And gently release. And now, make sure your hands are clean. You're going to place your index finger and your middle finger in the bottom teeth, and now you're going to open, and if you want, you can just use your index. It's whatever you're more comfortable with. You're going to gently try to close and then force open a little bit more. About 5%, gently close and open a little bit more. and gently close, open. This is a great exercise, especially for grinders or clenchers. It feels really, really good. I'm going to take 3 fingers now and massage the masseter muscle, which is that muscle right underneath that cheekbone there. So if you clench your jaw and put your finger right at the corner of your jaw, you'll feel it pop out. So go from the top right underneath your jawline, or sorry, your cheekbone, and gently perform circular motions, massaging the jaw. You can also, if you want a little bit deeper massage, use your knuckles as I'm showing you here. Keep your jaw relaxed as you are doing this so the top teeth are not touching the bottom teeth if they're relaxed. And you gently give that self-massage. You can also turn your palms forward as I'm showing you to get the whole surface area of the muscle at once. You can do circular motions forwards and backwards and change directions every so often as I'm showing you here. That is the muscle that we just worked on there, where you see the blue. That is where the masseter muscle comes or attaches into. And that's what we're working on. We're working on that entire muscle there. It's responsible to help close the jaw. That's why it pops out when you're feeling it. So now hold a point here and open and close the jaw. Move on to the next spot, going down towards the corner of the jaw. And open as wide as you can and close. And open and close and finish right at the edge of the jaw, the angle of the jaw, and open and close. And now start at the back of the jaw, open and close, go a little bit more towards the front. Again, a little bit more towards the front until you're at the edge of the muscle. We're going to move on now to releasing the biggest muscle surface area wise of the skull, known as the temporalis muscle. So you see that big red area, it goes into attaches to that blue point into the jaw there. And if you want to feel, you're going to place your tips of your fingers very gently, clench your jaw, and you'll be able to feel that temporalis muscle pop out. So you see when I clench, you see my fingers lightly pop out away from my head. I'll get even closer so you can see. So you see when I clench how they gently pop out. You should feel this as well when you clench. So that's just so you can get an idea of where exactly this muscle is located on your head. Take the tips of your fingers and perform circular motions as you massage this muscle. You can go forwards, backwards, up and down, transverse, so that's where your fingers would be coming forward and backwards. Transverse is just when you're going opposite compared to the alignment of the fibers. Again, you can also use the knuckles for an even deeper release or even deeper massage. But if at this point in time it's too intense, then just stick with the more meatier parts of the fingertips at this time. Remember to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth as you perform this next exercise. So different points, open and close your jaw. So you should be moving every single time you open your jaw to a different area, unless you really find a point that's really tender. Then you can just stay on this area as I'm showing you here. You can even move your jaw side to side. You can keep your jaw open as you massage the area. There's no right or wrong here. If something feels really good, then you can continue to hold that. Oftentimes, these muscles right underneath on the inside of the jawline are forgotten about. So we're going to take our thumbs like this, go right behind the chin, and I'll show you exactly kind of where we're placing our thumbs. Right kind of in through there. And again, this might be a hard spot or surprisingly very stiff on some of you. So just work with what you got and eventually it will soften up. And you almost want to kind of apply that outward sort of pressure. So like this, right behind the chin, and with the thumbs, try to separate it and imagine you're pulling your jaw apart if there was an opening right in the middle. So kind of nestle your index fingers right behind there. And again, I'm going to show you another angle to give you a better visual. So there's also musculature attachment right on the front of the chin as well. So we're going to hit two birds with one stone. So essentially, again, moving in that outward direction. So place the thumbs right behind the chin. Get those index fingers right at the bottom of the chin. And we're going to perform circular motions. So I'm essentially performing circular motions in this position as well. And after a while, we're going to circle in the opposite direction to get the different musculature fibers within the area. Moving on to the next set of musculature, we're going to release the muscles right above the top teeth as well. So take 3 index fingers, that meaty part of the muscle, and perform these circular motions right underneath the nose and above the lip. And don't forget to perform the circles in the opposite direction as well. If any areas are more tender than the other, just lighten the pressure because you don't want to cause any sharp pain on yourself. And also open and close your mouth. So really try to open and make the sound ooh, as in you're saying ooh ah. Ooh ah, ooh ah, to work the musculature as you are applying that gentle, consistent pressure. Same thing underneath, ooh ah, as you apply that gentle pressure right on top of your chin below the bottom lip. We don't want to leave out any muscles. We're also going to include these guys right underneath the cheekbone and above the teeth in the back. You're going to perform this motion with your fingers on an angle like this, so it cups nicely right underneath that cheekbone right in the front. If you want, you can also just use 1 or 2 fingers. It depends on the shape that you can get your fingers to go into. Again, so it will look like this. You can place 2 fingers and kind of do this sort of J stroke pattern like so, really tracing that bottom of the cheekbone. Moving up and down. I tell you, the things I do for your guys makes me laugh every time I do it. But it feels really, really good, and it's a very great way to release all the musculature around the mouth and therefore the jaw to help alleviate any tension in the face. And for those people out there who are maybe starting a little bit of wrinkles as well, this also helps to get the blood circulation going to also help with reducing the appearance of wrinkles as well. Bonus tip, 2 birds with 1 stone. So same thing, constant pressure as you do that ooh ah motion with your lips. We're going to circle back now to just below the arch of that cheekbone. You can see that red attachment there. So take those 3 fingers and find that cheekbone, and we're going to go right underneath it. So I'm marking it out with my fingers right now. So you can press right there. Again, you can open and close your jaw just to have an idea of where that is. So you go right in front of the ear hole, open and close, and if you keep following forward towards the cheekbone, you'll be able to find and palpate all right underneath that bony structure, that zygomatic arch. So press here, constant pressure. Imagine you're pressing your fingers inward towards your eyes as you're moving your jaw around back and forth, open and close, even performing little circular motions, moving your jaw forwards and backwards. So we're getting an overall release of the jaw muscle here. If I'm moving too fast, You can move slow. Remember, that's the best part about doing it at home. You can put it at your own pace. And now the back of the muscles in the head, I'll leave that video right attached at the end here so you can take a look at that. So that is the only thing we didn't cover, is releasing the musculature in the back of the head, as we're focusing mostly on the facial muscle. So definitely check that out and subscribe to my channel if you haven't at this point, because that way you will be notified of every new video that I release in the future. Thanks for all your support on this journey, and if you have any requests of videos you would like to see from me in the future, leave that in the comments below. Thanks for all your support.